going on, y'all? We live on Twitch. DJ is a Prodigy. But what's good, y'all? DJ is a Prodigy in our building. Hey, man, DJ got a rant to that boy Joe Rogan responding to Ronda Rousey's comments. She did say that Joe Rogan don't know shit about fighting. He was like, what she say? She's like, Joe Rogan don't know shit about fighting and that he ain't never been in a fight. I seen that shit, which is damn kind of fucked up because Joe be showing hella respect to the goddamn craft. But anyway, we gonna see what he had in response to that. This came in my recommended, so I had to see that bitch. Let's see.
Legend.
Ronda be a little mean.
I got nothing but love and respect for that lady. What she did was so impressive. She was the first legitimate female superstar. She made the UFC female division possible. If it wasn't for her, Dana was very open about never having female UFC fighters. It took someone that was that dynamic, that was that special, to open his eyes and go, you know what? I think this lady's a star. And to be the type, like when she said, like, I wasn't an expert, everyone's entitled to their opinion, you know, but you got to understand why she thinks like that. Because she has a champion mentality. You never fought, you ain't shit. You know, it's real simple.
That's why the football guys always do that. You didn't play? You're like, yeah, but I studied the sport.
Doesn't matter. You ain't shit. I get it. Doesn't matter. It's totally fine.
They just hate when anytime somebody don't say everything positive about you, like they ain't being mean, but like they just, you know, made some criticism or whatever. They go to like the easiest low hanging fruit ass defense is, well, he don't know shit about fighting, so how can I, you know, take anything he says seriously like that? Like when the person ain't fought before, or like when they ain't fought in the cage specifically, that's like the easiest thing to say. So that really what that shit is.
Can't judge her, like compare her to like Zhang Weili. Because like Zhang Weili, who was the 115-pound champion, she had a chance to watch all these other people, learn what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, what's effective, what's not effective. What Ronda had is world-class judo, world-class, bronze medalist in the Olympics.
Right.
One of the best arm bars.
I be like, but you wasn't gold medalist, though. That means it was two other people better than you that was whooping ass, baby. But nah, I'm sorry. That just be me in my competitive nature being like, hey, calm your ass down.
Bars, period. In the sport, in the history of the sport, her fucking arm bar, the technique was flawless. There's a fight with her and Kat Zingano. Kat Zingano launches at her, just fucking. Kat Zingano was an animal.
If you don't hear Holly Holm or Amanda Nunes, she beat him. So just in case you hear his name below the fuck, just know if they ain't Nunes or Holmes, they did not win.
Charges at her. Ronda catches her in an arm bar in like 13 seconds. I don't remember the exact time. It was nuts, but it was perfect.
Yeah, you gotta have technique to do that shit
you
like
couldn't
that
fuck
for
with
real.
That. But then she fought.
Well, then you gotta fight elite level fighters, and it's like, woo! You can be a great fighter, you can be a good fighter or a great fighter, but to get to that elite level, ooh, you face the elite people, and she got kicked in the head by Holly, and then they said, let's give her another situation of CCE. Got pieced up by the Nunes, man. Once they know how to really strike like that and you can't just grab their ass into a submission, woo, you better be ready to have a long night.
Holly Holm.
Or a short night.
And when she fought Holly Holm, she was dealing with an elite boxer, an elite kickboxer, and a very physically strong woman who had an awesome game plan and who had a chance to study Ronda. And maybe more importantly, came from a great camp. And that camp, Jackson Winklejohn camp, one of the best camps in the world. John Jones came out of that camp. Holly, Donald Cerrone originally came out of that camp. A lot of great fighters came out of there. So they were really good at game plan.
I like how they got the doobie while they got to talk about this shit. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Really good camp.
So they knew how Ronda likes to clinch. They knew how Ronda likes to set up her takedowns, and they knew, you know, what to avoid.
Yeah, they studied.
And then on top of that, Holly's just an elite striker. So every time Ronda tried to close the distance, the striking that she was very effective with against guys like Betch Kohe.
Hey, look, it's simple. When motherfuckers know how to handle your ass, you getting handled. If they go, hey, she advanced in the fight, you know what I'm saying? She showed white like, right, she's trying to close the distance. It's like, slow your ass down, bitch. Oh, my fault. You hit her with that leg kick or some shit, and she's like, oh, okay, my bad. I ain't mean to engage on you, bit, bro. My bad. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. When you fighting though, that is legitimately the only way you can get somebody to calm the fuck down is if you hit them. Because if you just stand there blocking and shit and trying to defend yourself, they gonna fucking wail off. But if you hit them with some shit that make you go, whoa, you might want to think about that next time. Like that on some Python and Don't get too close, nigga. Don't get too close, nigga. But I'm telling you, you gotta be like a python with that shit. Like, hey, don't get too close. Or Chael Sonnen, I can't let you get too close. Facts.
These fighters that were a lower tier, it's not going to be as effective with someone like Holly. And Holly started catching her on the feet and had her rocked, and then landed that famous high kick and put her out.
Well, I thought they were like the same age and same era.
Damn. Respect to all fighters, though, for real, though. I ain't even on no hate shit, because respect to all fighters, bro, because imagine getting kicked in the fucking temple, gang. Like, that's not like no slight shit. That's like, bro, a kick is one of the most powerful strikes you can, other than like an elbow strike or something, the most powerful. I'm going to call the Australian there. My bad, mate. But, the hardest kick, or a New Zealander. But anyway, one of the hardest strikes you could probably throw is a kick. Like, shit! Whoa. I can only imagine the stars you'd be seeing when that shit hit right in the right spot. I mean, it obviously hurt, but that shit hit in the right spot. Whoa, shit. What I'm at? What's going on? Why is my world starting to shut down a little bit? I'm telling you.
Like Holly's after. She was able to learn from...
I wouldn't say they are the same era, but Holly, she had wins and losses. She lost to Valentina Shevchenko. She lost to some other fighters, but it was stylistically, it was a great matchup for her because she's an elite striker. She's really good at striking. She's really good at movement. And when Ronda has to close that distance, every fight starts in the feet. Right. And when you're with a very physically strong woman who's good,
unless you like John Jones when he started out on his hands and knees when he fought Rampage Jackson. Unless you do that, it'll start on the feet all the time. Sorry, my fucking leg was itching. But unless you do that type of fight where that boy squatted down on some, get down here with me, Nick. See what happens if you come down here, Nick.
Down defense. And it's good at like catching you as you're charging in. That was the problem in that fight. Also, the problem in that fight, I think, for Ronda is when you start becoming really famous. Then the hyenas show up, and they start offering you this and offering you that, and distracting you with this and distracting you with that. And now you're going to meetings and you're talking to agents and you're setting up movies and you're doing this and you're doing that.
And you're in the Fast and Furious and all this other shit.
And all those things take away from the most important thing, which is your fighting.
Which is the hard part, right? Because, like, it's easy to just be like, sure, I'll be a part of this and be a part of that, to have my pretty little smile. Look at the teeth. But sometimes all that fame and glory and shit can take you away from the goddamn sport of the game that got you here in the first place type shit. Which is naturally going to happen because, right, now you realize life getting easier and easier and easier and easier. You're not having to, like, fight for every single thing no more. Now it's like, now you got money. Now you got motherfuckers on your ass, and everybody know who the fuck you are, and everybody putting you in the spotlight saying you the greatest fighter of all time for the females, and you're a revolutionary, goddamn all this shit. And they blowing you, even if there's facts in there, they blowing your head up. It's an inflatable. The situation, conversations is not even a debatable. You know what I'm saying? You getting so rich to the point where you're not even relatable. Hey man, that boy Drake was cooking on that song. I gotta credit where credit due, as far as quoting him. But yeah. So yeah, get the lights, the glitz, the glamour. That shit gonna take away from your craft for real. Or it very much, even if it don't, it very much has the high potential to. I'll say that.
Don't take away from the amount of training you do. They take away from your focus. They rob you of the bandwidth. I always tell comics this. When it comes to like dealing with
shit, if you
haters and things online that you shouldn't read, you only have think of your mind as having a number of units of attention. Think you have like 100 units of focus. Anything that eats into those units, anything that bothers you, that annoys you, that's useless, that doesn't help you, that's stealing from your 100. So now you only have 80 units or 70 units of focus because 30 of it is concentrated on bullshit. It'll rob you of what makes you great. So there was two factors. There was the skill of Holly, the fact that she had all this opportunity to study Ronda and with a great team and devise a game plan. And then there's also the stealing of focus.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base
despicable and conceited they are.
Ronda, I was one of the biggest champions of her as a fighter, as a legitimate pioneer and a star. It was Gina Carano and Chris Cyborg to a certain extent, but Cyborg had an asterisk because everybody knew she was roided up. And then
Damn.
It was Ronda.
Damn, it did that did seem like a dirt thrown in your name ass moment. Yeah, they knew she was juicy and shit. They knew she was on that juice and shit. She had that goddamn strawberry, and I ain't talking about the strawberry kiwi or the Minute Maid.
Ronda eclipsed all of them. She was bigger than all of them. I was a huge supporter and still am. But when you watch a fight and you're watching you get your ass kicked and the other person is talking about how great the other person is doing and how bad you're doing, that doesn't sit well with a lot of people, especially like someone who's got that kind of champion mentality, that fucking pit bull mentality. Like, I thought you were with me. Fuck you.
Yeah.
And then it was after the fight. I was very public about saying I don't think she should fight for a long time. They were talking about doing an immediate rematch. And I was like, that's crazy. Like, they were talking about doing a rematch in 4 months or something like that. I was like, when you get head kicked into the shadow realm, you're supposed to take a long time off. When Manny Pacquiao got knocked out by Juan Manuel Marquez, it was a fucking picture-perfect right hand that knocked Manny Pacquiao out. His coach, Freddie Roach, said, you can't fight for a year. I don't want you doing anything for a year. For 1 year. Because you got to heal up from something.
Well, granted,
it's bad. When you get knocked unconscious,
what's good?
Not just that you'll be a touch gunshot.
I almost said just young thug. Just a young thug. Bro, can you? All right, let me see. I'll see.
Possible,
I gotta actually type
but also
in my
that you're more vulnerable.
I'll do it right after this.
And then you could ruin your chin forever. Like if you get knocked out, there's certain fighters that used to have iron chins. Like Chuck Liddell's one of the greatest examples of that. He had an iron chin. You could hit that dude with a fucking sledgehammer, and he would just keep swinging at you. And then eventually it got to the point where he would get clipped and he would just go out. And it wasn't him. It was his brain was broken. It was there was too many times, too many shots, too many knockouts, too many impacts.
His eggs got fried.
You got to preserve that. You got to be very careful with that. You got to take a long time off. And then there was the Amanda Nunes fight. So the Amanda Nunes fight, I was also very vocal that everybody was putting all of the attention in the promotion on Ronda making this huge comeback. And if you watch the promos for that fight, I thought they were crazy disrespectful because the promos, and obviously, look, Ronda was a fucking huge star, a much bigger star than Amanda Nunes. And that loss was a shocking upset to a lot of people that didn't understand martial.
That probably actually put Amanda in that spotlight for real, though. After getting a big win like that, whoo, they said you are now the new queen of this sport. That's what that was.
Didn't think that Holly had a chance. Didn't think anybody had a chance. She was going to beat everybody forever. But all of the promo was Ronda coming back. All of it was like she's coming back to take what's hers. It was Ronda in a mansion looking out. It was like the worst promo set. Like Ronda in a mansion looking out the window saying, I'm going to go get my title. I don't know who made that. I don't know what it was, but I remember being backstage the day of the fight. And there was all these agents mulling around, all these Hollywood twats. And this guy was like, I forget his exact words. They were talking. He didn't know who Ronda was fighting. And he said, I don't know what her name is, but whoever it is, it's her funeral. That's what he said. And I was like, oh my God. Like, these are the people. Meanwhile, Amanda Nunes was the scariest person at 135. And that's what I had said before she fought Holly Holm. I mean, like Dana and I talked about, I said, I think Amanda's the scariest title challenger because she can flatline chicks with one punch. Right. She's very different than all the other ones. She wound up flatlining Chris Cyborg. It was a crazy fight. She beats the fuck out of everybody. She hits so hard, like way harder than most women. And I was like,
nah, Gango. I just seen what the clip. Hold on, my bad. I was looking at the chat. You are a nasty little fuck, and that is fucked up as fucked. Like, gang, you think I'm fucking stupid? I just freaking seen what you just told me to react to, bro. And I was like, I ain't gonna put it on. My bad. This is a side note. If you when you watch on YouTube, this motherfucker is gonna send me a video. Should I even say what it was, bro? It was nasty. I'll just say that. The video was fucking nasty. And it's on YouTube. I don't fucking know how. Probably because that nigga don't got no clout. That's probably why it didn't really get seen by people like that. Yo, bro. Hey, whoa. It has something to do with, feces. That's all I'm gonna say. Hell nah. No, we not reacting to that shit. And I'm glad my smart ass mind said, nah, let me see what this. That's why I was looking down. Let me see what this is on my phone before I click it on. Hell nah.
That's a dangerous fucking opponent. And they're making it seem like this is all about the Ronda comeback when Amanda was the champion. So Holly had beaten Ronda, Miesha Tate had beaten Holly, and then Amanda had beaten Miesha Tate. So Amanda was the fucking champion. But all the promotion was all about Ronda. And then
they were trying to do like pro wrestling. Like,
I don't know what they were doing.
She'll come back.
I think, they were just selling the fight. They were selling it. The best way to sell it is, I guess, that way.
Who's more famous?
But it's disrespectful to the champion, especially a fucking dangerous champion. And if the champion wins, which I thought she was going to win, it sets up. It's not good to set her up. Like, you should set her up. Like, how fucking dangerous she is. Now you got a bigger
I ain't gonna lie, though, that is kind of crazy. You fill up their ego so much to where it's like, yeah, she's gonna fucking kill this girl. And then she ends up getting You just set her up for that embarrassment,
she wound
bro.
up being a bigger star. And Amanda's the greatest of all time. Like, widely considered to be the greatest mixed martial arts female fighter in history. Right. She fucks everybody up. She's just so dangerous. So, and then that fight happens, and then that lady takes Ronda out in the first round. Just beats the piss out of her. Just stops her standing. It was brutal. I never had a bad thing to say about Ronda. I still don't. I understand her mentality. I mean, she's a champion-minded person. Like, she's like, you're fucking with me or against me. It's me against the world. Right. She doesn't have a chip on her shoulder. She's got a forest. She's got a whole forest.
Shit, nigga, she got that competitive mindset where, like, anybody that say anything about you that you don't agree with, just be like, you motherfucker, you on my hit list now.
It's on her shoulder. Well, you know what I mean? Like, but that's why she was so good. And we're lucky she's a woman. If that lady was a man, she'd be Genghis Khan. Okay, she'd fucking take over the world. She's an animal.
It's scary.
Hey, he's putting over like a son bitch.
That opinion. That's just how she thinks about things.
I was mad at her just as an everyday man because my nieces love any woman that's famous for any reason, And my nieces also aren't experts about UFC. They're little girls, and they just think it's cool that a woman's a badass. They like that kind of stuff. And so then when she lost to be on TikTok. I mean, actually, people made TikToks of it. It's not like Ronda Rousey was on TikTok, but like she was like on Ellen being like, I just wanted to quit, and I saw my man, and I just realized I want to have babies. And I was like, this is not really the message. If you lose, to just go be a pro wrestler or have babies. Like, that's not, like, I don't know.
Which, hold on now, there's not necessarily anything wrong with that. But it's just the way he phrased it. Like, then she went on and was like, fuck, all of a sudden, now I want to have babies. What the fuck? Why he phrased
it was
like
a strange way for a champion to talk.
Yeah, but that's her legitimately as a human being. That's what she wanted. Yeah. And there comes a time.
That's good. No, that would be a fine way to frame it.
Well, she was being honest. She wanted to have babies. She didn't want to do it anymore. And there comes a time where, look, every fighter can only redline for so long. And the reality of fighting is you're redlining.
What does that mean?
You know what a redline, when the engine, when your tachometer reaches like 8,000 RPMs, like, right. You can only do that for so long or your engine blows. But to be in peak physical condition.
Basically, he's saying everybody got a peak. Granted, there's been people that's like undefeated, like a John Jones or like a Khabib and all that. But, even then, sometimes that's a matter of getting out at the right time or knowing, like, hey, I might not need to go this far. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if this is the right move. So some people it's different. Some people it's like strictly great fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you got out there at the right time. But then you got a guy like GSP who, like, the two losses. I mean, I think he avenged both or one of them. But yeah, he avenged his losses, so it seemed like he ain't even fucking lose. So you got guys like that who avenge that motherfucker before they get out. But then you got guys who, they get out at the right time or they know when not to go too far with shit. And yeah, bro. But you know. But granted, everybody fight different. You got to take that in consideration too. Everybody fight different too. So yeah, everybody got a certain prime and peak, like a Israel Adesanya and a Conor McGregor. You know, they all had their time in the shine and the spotlight. But then, you know what I'm saying, everybody get older, everything, you know, the talent get harder to beat. So that's how that shit happens. That's why I say some people get out at the right time.
Championship fight, you essentially have to redline your body through camp. You have to get your body to a place where it's at a rare. You can't maintain fight shape. Right. It's not possible. You get to a certain part, you peak, and then the last week you kind of drop off so that you can recover. And so that Saturday night, when Saturday night rolls up and the lights go on in Madison Square Garden, you are as fucking ready as a human being can get. But you can't maintain that, and you can't do that forever. This is only. And
you know how strict that diet probably is? Whoo-wee. You know how strict that diet probably is for fighters, man? Everything healthy that's going in you, bro. They basically damn near don't leave you no room for no type of goddamn cheating room. Even if it don't really affect your body directly, they probably don't leave no type of goddamn wiggle room for that shit.
I think that there's a theory amongst mixed martial arts commentators and experts and what have you that is about 9 years. 9 years is all it's possible to compete at a peak level. And then you get a drop off. Some people have more longevity than others. It varies. Some people.
Well, I don't know. If you start at like 20, it depends on I feel like at that point it depends on when you start. Like you kind of not start, but like when you got like to a point of like a UFC or something like that. If you start at like 20, I don't think that's too bad.
It's a much shorter range.
Probably go longer.
And you got to kind of look at who they were when they were at the top. You can only look at them when they're at that peak. Like guys like Anderson Silva, gets kind of dismissed because later in his life the performances weren't the same. They weren't elite performances. But I say that's just human. You got to look at him when he was the champion. He was one of the most elite guys that's ever competed in the sport, period. He's one of the greatest of all time. But you got to look at when he was in his prime.
Sure.
You know, and there's only a certain amount of time you can do that. And then when a fighter doesn't want to do that and only that anymore, you got to get out. You got to get out because there's some fucking 20-year-old Mike Tyson out there.
I was about to say, I told y'all, man. I was just about to, that's what I was saying. I was like, I told you, bro, there's a situation where you got to get out at the, I said there's a time where you got to get out at the right time, man. Got to get out before that shit get too deep. These motherfuckers be coming for the kill, gang. These motherfuckers do not be taking shit lightly.
There's some animal. There's some dude that lives, breathes, sleeps fighting. And all they want to do is land shots and take you out. That's their whole focus in life. They don't give a fuck about relationships.
For sure.
They don't give a fuck about where they live. They don't give a fuck about anything, just winning. And that's how you become a world
winning.
Champion. That's how you become elite.
Good old tiger blood.
You can only maintain it for so long. It's not a normal way for a human being to exist. It's a very strange way to live.
Yeah, for sure.
And for her, it's natural. Like, she's a woman. She's like, I want to have babies. I have this great man. And she's married to Travis.
She's a woman, so of course, naturally, she'd want to have kids.
Brown was also a beast, who was a elite UFC heavyweight, top 10 heavyweight. You know, she's like, I'm done. I'm going to make some warrior kids. I get it.
I saw it.
Little badasses.
She just didn't want to.
You got beat up, you quit?
No.
Now my niece is root for Holly Holm. Good lady.
Yeah.
Holly Holm's nice.
She is nice. Yeah.
That's what we like.
we like the winners
who are nice.
I told you going to say that. We like the winners around here.
Yeah, I get it. But there's something about Ronda being Ronda that made the sport what it is.
But I root for Luke Skywalker, not Darth Vader.
She's not Darth Vader.
Sure, Darth Vader's cooler.
They gotta hit her with the, but she's not in anymore, bro. They be like, you can't deny what she's revolutionized the sport for sure, but like, she's not here anymore.
And he's probably more strong. He's got the thing, you know. But, you know, Luke's the good guy, and I like the good guy. I root for the good guy.
She's not a bad guy. She's, you know, like, look, her mother was a badass. Her mother was a elite judo competitor.
Actually, I hate disagreeing with you, Joe. But she went to wrestling, Ronda. And then she said all these terrible things about the wrestlers. She said terrible things about you, who I love.
She didn't say anything terrible about me.
She said you're not an expert about UFC.
That's all she said. That's not terrible. That's just an opinion.
Seems mean to me.
No. That's all. Look,
hey, nah, he trying to stir the pot, man.
If I was a pussy, it would be mean.
Well, I'm a pussy. I'm defending you. That's what I'm doing.
If I was like,
that's what we do, dude.
That's my whole identity.
No, I'm just saying.
Hey, dog, he tried. Hey, I don't blame him though. He tried to start. I ain't gonna lie. I instigated that shit too though. Like, I ain't gonna lie. She basically said you a hoe, nigga. Basically, I mean, when somebody come up there and say you don't know what the hell you talking about, and they basically trying to goddamn question all your credibility. What the fuck kind of ad is this, nigga? We getting off that shit. What the fuck? I feel like I kind of know what they was leading toward. But yeah, you like, hey man, you hit her with the, I hit her with the, I personally wouldn't take that disrespect. Try to stand on my name like that. Come on, bro. Try to double stomp my name. Try to goddamn question my credibility as a goddamn avid, journalist and reviewer and analyst of this fighting shit. Come on now. She basically trying to test your profession, nigga. She says you don't deserve your spot. Come on, nigga. Nah, that's facts. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, bro. And at the end of the day, what I say this was what's gonna be is a straight up product. Hey, baby, come up with the kinds of the business makes over and over again for you guys. We're doing it our thing and doing it well and doing it live on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, catch you in the next video on YouTube side things. See you in the next one.